KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
The opioid epidemic is keeping local treatment centers busy. We hear from a clinical director from one of the centers and what plans they have.
And a lot of questions when it comes to the stock market and housing market. We're joined with Jack Hawthorne in just a few moments. But right now, taking a live look out there, 37 degrees. No, it is not an error on the screen. It is very cold out. We're going to check in with Justin Horn in just a few moments. For now, good morning. It is 8 o'clock. It is Sunday. It is December 18th.
It's the 18th.
Oh, my goodness. And I got to say, I'm blaming you for all the cold weather.
Okay.
Because it was when it was 75 and sunny, you were like, no, it's too warm.
Yeah, but now it's too cold.
And it's only going to get colder, Justin.
18 and 22 degrees in your forecast in the next 5 days.
We do have teens in the forecast. And no, don't send emails to Sarah blaming her for the forecast.
Blame Justin.
You can blame me. We get plenty of emails anyway. Let's take a look at the numbers. 37 degrees at the airport, 26 Kerrville, 27 in Fredericksburg. There were a few spots that did get down to freezing. San Antonio, at least at the airport, did not. There were a few places in Bexar County, though, that certainly did. 32 Bulverde, 28 Bernie Stage, 25 Comfort, still sub-freezing there. We have clouds starting to stream in from the west, and things will really cloud up. It was clear just a few hours ago, but now some high clouds starting to move in, and clouds thicken up throughout the day. So your forecast calls for cloudy skies by 2 o'clock, 53 degrees. That'll kind of lock in the cool. We don't expect a huge warm-up today, not like yesterday, because we won't see those blue skies. Easterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we look at the weather headlines, increasing clouds, staying cool today. Rain tonight comes back into the picture, and we see that through noon tomorrow. So it's going to be a wet commute tomorrow morning. And then it's the bitter cold. That's going to be the big story later this week. There are some teens in the forecast, even here in San Antonio. We talk about it. We time it out. We'll get you set for the Christmas forecast, too, coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. Now to the latest at the border. The city of El Paso declaring a state of emergency after a surge of migrants arrived at the border. Thousands of asylum seekers, well, they're waiting to see if they'll be able to enter the United States without a fear of being deported. Now, a judge has set a deadline for December 21st to end Title 42. Remember, Title 42 is that federal policy to curb illegal immigration during the pandemic. Texas Governor Greg Abbott, one of the several Republican governors suing to keep Title 42 in place. But a federal appeals court denied that request on Friday.
Drug overdose deaths are on the rise. According to the CDC, over 107,000 people died from an overdose in 2021. More than 80,000 of those deaths were attributed to opioids. Locally, the opioid epidemic is keeping treatment centers busy. The Alamo Center has been around for 3 years now. David Junkin is the clinical director. He says they offer intensive outpatient treatment for people battling substance use disorder. The need they're facing with has increased dramatically since they opened.
And we do a morning class and an evening class. And my morning class is at capacity. Our personal caseloads, our counselor caseloads are getting high enough where we need to focus we can't spread ourselves too thin.
He says Alamo Center plans to open another location on the east side to continue to bring their resources there as well.
Well, whether it's the stock market or the housing market, this past year has been a roller coaster of emotions and roller coaster of prices. A lot of questions, especially revolving around interest rates, a possible recession, and what comes next.
That's why joining us in today's Leading SA segment is Jack Hawthorne, CEO of Keller Williams Heritage. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
So, Jack, the latest inflation numbers from the CPI shows inflation effectively slowing 7.1% from a year ago. It begs the question, has inflation peaked, and what obstacles are still in our way?
Sure. So we don't know yet whether or not inflation has peaked. What we know now is we have two solid data points. We have 2 months in a row where it started to go the right direction. Now, what we also saw is that the Fed said, yeah, it's going in the right direction, but we still need more information to know if that's going to be a permanent thing. We see a lot of things like labor moving where they want, but we still see housing, shelter costs, rent still going up pretty dramatically. So they're going to keep evaluating. I'm not sure yet whether or not we've hit a peak, but I know that we're going to keep trending down until something drastic happens.
So when the Feds announced that interest rate hike this week, the markets clearly did not react well. Why was that?
So the markets react poorly to uncertainty. And that's really what happened. We had great news with a good CPI report. We went down, which was wonderful. Now we have a trend, like we said. However, when the Fed came out and said, okay, we're glad we have a trend. However, we don't have enough data to know where we're going to have to stop. And so just to be safe, we're actually going to raise our target interest rate up to 5.1%. What that means is we're moving up quite a bit from where they thought they were going to be before. And so now the market's saying, well, we got great news and you're giving us bad news. We don't know what to think about this. And when people don't know what to think, they freak out and the market goes down.
Now, Jack, there seems to be a lot of pessimism when you hear from economists and market analysts, and they're all saying recession in Q1 of 2023. What does that mean for the market, and is it already priced in?
Sure. So when you look at a recession, you've got two different things. You have a technical recession, and then you have an actual recession being declared. By all accounts, we're already in a recession. And so we just tell people to act accordingly. Now, whether or not the government actually says we are in an actual recession may or may not happen. And so people going forward should just price that in and say, look, we know that interest rates are still going to be going up and down as far as mortgage rates go. We know that the Fed is going to continue to increase interest rates. And so until we start seeing inflation come down dramatically on CPI, we should expect to keep moving in the same direction.
So what would you tell first-time home buyers, people that are just been itching to buy a home? What would you tell them? What would you advise them at this time?
So I put my money where my mouth is on this. I'm still actively buying as well. It really does make sense to buy a home if you're in the market. Now, if you don't need to buy a home, then this may or may not be the right time for you, depending on your financials and what you're looking for. But when you do the math, you're actually going to make far more money on buying a home because you're still going to have appreciation over the next several years. While your mortgage payment may be a little bit less if you wait a couple of years to buy a home, you're going to miss out on all of that equity you would have built by simply letting time do the work for you.
So because I know people are like, oh, but the interest rates are too high. They're too high. I need to wait for them to go down. You're saying, no, go ahead and just buy.
So an interest rate means your payment's going to be a bit higher. And that's absolutely true. But what happens if you take an example, and we can run through all the math at some point, right? If you buy about a $300,000 house today with a 7% interest rate, your payment may be $200 more than that same house in 3 years at a 4.5% interest rate, because that same house is going to be worth about $350,000. And so, yeah, you would have saved $200 a month, but you didn't make $45,000 to $50,000 in equity gains. So it almost always makes sense to go with the cliche statement, don't wait to buy real estate and wait.
And I'm glad we're talking about the parallels between buying and obviously the interest rates, because at the peak of the pandemic, interest rates were below 3%. And so in the last couple of years, how have you specifically seen the local housing market? How have you seen it trending?
Absolutely. So you had a completely made up economy, right? We had a lot of stimulus and a lot of incentive and catalyst from the Fed that just isn't going to be sustained in a normal market. So when interest rates go back to normal levels, which we really are still in normal levels, whenever they do that, you're just going to see less people buying because they have less buying power. You're going to need more for down payment. You're going to need more to cover your monthly expenses with your mortgage. And so we're seeing less buying pressure. What that's done to the market is we've seen prices go down, but we haven't seen valuations go down. A house that was worth 300 is not now worth 250. It's just now selling at 300 instead of 350. So people, when you're going out and you're looking at buying and you're working with a professional and you're saying, okay, because ideally, I don't have a dog in this fight. I tell everyone, you should be working with local professionals. They actually know what the market is doing. You should be asking them, what is this house actually worth? And then you're actually going to make an offer around that point. So we're seeing less buying power, which is driving prices down. But San Antonio is absolutely protecting its equity, which is a great thing to see.
So, Jack, one more thing. What are the kind of hot neighborhoods or trends that you're seeing right now on the market in San Antonio?
Sure. So this is going to be a cop-out answer, and I appreciate that. San Antonio within itself is a hot market. Now, we do see the east side of San Antonio getting a lot of love as we turn more into a suburb of Austin. We're seeing a lot of money and development go out that way. But realistically, the way that I recommend everyone approach this is that if you're thinking about buying in San Antonio, you need to be talking to a local realtor because they're actually in the market every single day. Don't listen to national housing forecasts. Don't look at what, Fox or CNBC or any other news outlet other than, you guys is saying about the market. Talk to a professional because they'll tell you what every neighborhood is actually doing, and that's the information you're going to work off of.
All right, Jack Hawthorne, thank you so much for your time this morning. If anyone missed any of our conversation, we're going to have all the information. Just head to KSAT.com. Time now, 8:10, 38 degrees out.
A project known as AstroAccess is advancing disability inclusion in space. Still ahead, we'll show you how they are doing so and what makes this group so important.
And a quick live look out at the Alamo City. Yes, it is 38 degrees out there. So yesterday, you didn't even want to go to the car in the break.
Definitely not. I don't know if I'm going to leave the station.
We're going to check in with
Justin warm up
for your full forecast in just a bit. Good morning and welcome back. Well, not that good of a morning if you don't like the cold, because starting off in the 30s, Justin.
Did?
Freezing in some outside areas of San Antonio?
Yeah, some of the outlying rural areas did get down to freezing. San Antonio proper, the airport, we were at 36, so it wasn't technically freezing. We haven't had a freeze yet this year, but it's going to happen. We feel pretty confident of that later this week. Before we start talking about the really cold stuff, let's go outside and talk about it's fairly cold, but again, not like it's going to be later this week. Clouds have started to shift in, and right now we're sitting at 37 degrees. It says mostly sunny. I think we've gone mostly cloudy now. You can see that cloud deck right there at the top of the screen. Dew points are at 25. We've got northerly winds at about 5, so there's probably just a little bit of a wind chill out there. 26 still in Kerrville, 27 in Fredericksburg, 37 in New Braunfels, 26 in Austin. And as we look a little closer, there were some spots here in northern Bexar County that did briefly get down to freezing. 32 Boulevardy, 28 Boerne Stage, 31 right now in Rio Medina. You've got 30s and even some 40s now around Stinson. This cloud cover is going to continue to shift in out ahead of an area of low pressure that's out west. We can see the spin here on the water vapor. This little disturbance out near LA starts to work its way towards Texas, increases the cloud cover throughout the day today, and will go cloudy by this afternoon. Also, brings rain chances with it. So by tomorrow morning, probably going to be a little damp. We're going to see some showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder for your Monday morning. So keep that in mind if you are going to be headed to work early tomorrow. Here's a look at the forecast. Clouds start to spread in. We keep rain chances out today, so it's just cloud cover. But with the clouds in place, we're not going to be able to warm up all that much. As we get into tonight, then we start to see some returns on the radar. This is probably light stuff around 2 a.m., 40% chance of rain. And then by tomorrow morning, here we go. Showers, some downpours. Again, maybe a rumble of thunder. I think the heavier rain's probably just to our east, but there's potential here to maybe see up to a quarter of an inch of rain here in San Antonio. And then by noontime, this is starting to shift out. Clouds stay with us, though. It's going to be hard to get rid of these clouds, so it's still going to be a coolish day coming up tomorrow as well. And even going into tomorrow night, still shows some clouds hanging around. KSAT 12-hour forecast. We'll go mostly cloudy, certainly by lunchtime, 51 degrees. And then with clouds, maybe around 53 this afternoon. That's it. Southeasterly winds kick in 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then tonight, still cloudy. It's not until after midnight that we start to add in those rain chances. Now, let's talk long term. And we'll travel up into Canada. Look at this. These are the current temperatures in Canada. Negative 44 at Dawson Airport. Negative 17 Churchill. You get the idea. It's really, really cold. That cold air that we were talking about over in Siberia has made its way into Canada. And now it's going to start to spill down into the United States. We're going to feel some of this, but how does it time out? So that cold core starts to push south. Let's fast forward to Thursday morning. Okay, cold air starting to come into the Texas Panhandle. Temperatures as cold as it's showing single digits there in Amarillo, and then we'll be in the 40s here. By midday, it's going to be one of those weird days where it's really cold in the Texas Panhandle, and then we could be seeing 70s in South Texas. We probably make it up to around 60 or so before that cold air plunges in, and then temperatures just fall. We're talking 20s by midnight. We could be in the teens by early Friday morning. So this is definitely a cold air mass. Here's what we're thinking. 62 Thursday before the cold air arrives, and then those numbers fall. 18 Friday morning. Wind chills could be in the single digits. 35 for a high on Friday. So we do potentially get back above freezing with sunny skies. 21 Saturday morning up to 42. 30 Christmas morning up to 48. It's a cold stretch, but mainly in the mornings here. That's when we're going to be well below freezing. Here's what you want to plan for. Hard freeze Thursday night, Friday morning, teens and 20s. Additional freezes coming up Saturday morning and also Christmas morning. It's the 4 Ps. Pets, plants, people, pipes before you leave town, especially if you're leaving town. High temperatures will be in the 40s. Wintry precipitation is unlikely. So here it is all together, summarizing the forecast. 54 degrees tomorrow, chance of rain. 58 Tuesday, 54 Wednesday. There's our Arctic front. And it's going to be cold as we head towards Christmas. A lot of people are excited about this.
Hey, and Hanukkah starts
Today,
tonight.
yeah. Very excited.
Yes.
Not excited about the 18. That's just unnecessarily cold.
Well, and I know a lot of people are nervous. They're having flashbacks to February 2021. This is not that.
Because
Good.
no precipitation.
No precipitation. It's not as cold. It is very, very cold, and we still want to protect the 4 Ps, but it's not as cold as 2021.
So no snow, no ice on the roads for travel.
We had discussed earlier, you said it got down to 9 in 2021.
I believe that's correct. At our coldest, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. Justin Horn, thank you so much. Just about 8:19, 38 degrees out.
Still ahead, a recap of the San Antonio Spurs trip to Mexico as they face the Miami Heat.
And a special project focused on bringing those with disabilities to outer space. We're going to explain. Good morning and welcome back. 'Tis the season of giving, and more than 20,000 toys are going home with local children this morning. It's all happening near the San Antonio International Airport.
Toys for Tots is helping Marines from the 4th Reconnaissance Battalion distribute the toys. Our Camelia Wattis is there now. Good morning, Camelia.
Good morning, Sarah, Max. Like you said, there are hundreds of toys out here, and they're all thanks to the 4th Reconnaissance Battalion. They're handing them out, and with me to talk more about who these toys are for, the volunteer effort, and what's happening today is Gunnery Sergeant Jesus Cisnero. So first, can you tell me how many toys are here? How many volunteers are here this morning?
So this morning we have roughly about 40 volunteers from all over the San Antonio area, and they're roughly going through about 20,000 toys, getting toys for the families that have registered that are here this morning to pick them up.
And talk to me about the types of toys and the process that we're seeing, because I see a lot of volunteers going through these sections.
So all the sections are broken up into age groups. So the section that you're looking at right now is 8 to 14-year-old boys and girls. And what the volunteers do, they'll start up front. They'll have a sticky note that has the family's name on it and the number of kids, their ages, and their gender. And they'll make their way from the front of the building to the back of the building, collecting the toys, and then meet the families at the back of the building to give the family their toys.
And so who registered and who are these toys for?
Anybody can register. It's all for the families here in San Antonio and in all the surrounding cities of San Antonio. So anybody can register to ask for toys for Christmas.
Awesome. I think this is a wonderful effort. We're going to be following around these volunteers and keep y'all posted on the parents outside. I know they're outside. We'll give y'all a look maybe in the next hit about those cars receiving toys. But for now, I'll send it back to y'all in the studio. Max, Sarah?
Thank you, Camelia. Amazing effort out there. They raised thousands of toys, and thank you to everyone who actually donated. It's going to be a very special time of year for so many families. All right, now to a project known as AstroAccess, and it's helping space become more inclusive, teaching those with disabilities to do extraordinary things in the space industry.
This is a cool story. A team of researchers, each with their own physical challenges, out to prove that anything is possible. ABC's Gio Benitez tells us more.
Hey guys, good morning to you. This is a flight unlike any other. This is the zero-G plane where we feel that zero gravity. It's used to train commercial astronauts, and this time we're flying with researchers with disabilities who may end up in space. Grab your boarding pass because GMA is taking you on the flight of a lifetime. And these researchers are your guides. Some are blind, some are deaf, and some aren't able to walk, like Eric Ingram.
Up to 15% of the world's population has some form of a disability. If we're looking to have humanity become a spacefaring civilization, we need everybody included.
And that's where AstroAccess comes in, a group that helps people with disabilities do extraordinary things in the space industry. The former CEO of Virgin Galactic, George Whitesides, is the co-founder.
We're going to be doing a series of demonstrations that will show that folks with disabilities can, really safely and effectively not just go to space, but also operate in space.
So we lift off. The team at Zero G will fly this plane in such a way that we'll be totally weightless for 30 seconds at a time. Dwayne Fernandez demonstrates zero gravity for someone with limb differences. And some, like Eric, are practicing to someday lift off into space. So now with so many commercial space flights, Eric is going to test getting into a commercial space seat, because it's critical that you do this in zero gravity and you do it quickly, and he's doing it. And doing that in space is not just a pipe dream. The European Space Agency just hired the world's first disabled astronaut, John McFall, a Paralympian and a surgeon, and that is something to applaud.
And that was ABC's Gio Benitez reporting.
Time now, 8:27, 39 degrees out.
Coming up, a look at the trailer for the new Barbie movie. Max, you.
Good morning and happy Sunday. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Costa. It's Sunday, December 18th. We are 6 days away from Christmas.
Woo, look at that. And hey, we're now in the 40s.
Thank God, because Justin, it was 36 earlier this morning. I don't know. I'm just a South Texas girl.
I don't think anyone really likes the 30s.
No, it was cold. I mean, we had clear skies as temperatures plummeted this morning. There were some spots that got down to freezing. What has changed is cloud cover. It has become cloudy just here within the last several hours, and those clouds are going to stick with us most of today. We're starting to get into the period where we get a lot of travel too. We want to update you on some of the travel forecast. No big issues this morning. We have some light snow across parts of the Midwest and Great Lakes, but not a big problem. There are no delays at any of the airports, at least not that we're seeing. Now, as we get into next week, that could change a little bit. We're not expecting wintry weather here. It's going to be cold, but no wintry weather. Parts of the country, though, will see it, and that may cause some travel issues. So you'll want to keep close tabs on the travel forecast, and we'll keep you posted. If you're traveling across Texas today, heading north on I-35 towards Dallas, no issues. There's going to be a lot of clouds, but temperatures really aren't so bad for December. Right now, we're sitting at 27 in Comfort, 27 in Kerrville. Those are the areas that are still below freezing. That includes Bernie Stage, Bulverde, and Bandera. But most of Bexar County now above the freezing mark. 37 at the airport, 39 Port SA, 42 down at Stinson. Let's get you set for your day. Mostly cloudy noontime, 51, 53, 2 o'clock, 53, 3 p.m., and cloudy. And then as we get into tonight, we'll see temperatures slip into the 40s. Not as cold, though, because we've got the clouds and a chance for rain. Showers will kick in overnight into early tomorrow morning. Pretty decent shot, at least a few showers. Then our attention turns to the latter part of the week where we get some cold air, and I mean cold. We'll take another look at that forecast for you here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. A woman is in the hospital this morning after being shot while riding in a car with 5 other people, including 2 children under the age of 5. It happened just before 8 last night on I-10 near Colorado Street. San Antonio police say the group was heading west when a single shot was fired in their direction. They were able to pull over and call for help right now. We're working to find out the condition of that 27-year-old woman who was shot. Now, no one else in that car was hurt.
And also this morning, we now know the identity of the 21-year-old who was shot and killed in an apartment complex through the weekend. It is 21-year-old Brandon Gurley. All of this according to the Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office. So this was the scene Friday afternoon in an apartment complex near Culebra and Amira Vista on the city's west side. Police there telling us Gurley was headed to his vehicle. 3 other people in a car pulled up and started shooting at him. Now, Gurley was able to make it back inside an apartment before collapsing. We're told he died at the scene. Right now, investigators are working, trying to figure out why this all happened and who is responsible.
Overnight, El Paso city leaders declaring a state of emergency. Hundreds of migrants without shelter as temperatures drop and a larger surge looming in Mexico.
I really believe that today our asylum seekers are not safe as we have hundreds and hundreds on the streets.
Many of these asylum seekers taking that dangerous journey from Latin America through Mexico to flee poverty and violence in their home countries. Border communities now directly working with state and federal partners, bracing for Title 42 to expire this Wednesday.
We saw 2,500 in the past 6-7 days. We can imagine what it's going to be. That's doubling the flow. We want to make sure we're prepared for that. and that we can react to that.
In El Paso alone, U.S. Border Patrol agents recorded more than 2,200 apprehensions on average per day this month. Texas Governor Greg Abbott sitting down with ABC's Martha Raddatz, predicting things will only get worse.
Totally unacceptable. It's going to be catastrophic not just for Texas, but for the United States of America.
A U.S. Court of Appeals panel out of Washington, D.C. blocked efforts led by 19 GOP states that challenged the rule's expiration date of December 21st, leaving cities like El Paso scrambling to prepare.
I don't think that getting all the money in the world right now would even help us because we just don't have the manpower. We don't have the facilities.
And back here at home, more than 20,000 toys going home with children this morning, all happening near the San Antonio International Airport.
Toys for Tots and Marines distributing those gifts. Our Camelia Wattis is there now. Good morning, Camelia.
Good morning, Max and Sarah. So now we're on the outside of this toy drive held by the Marine Reconnaissance Battalion. So over here on this side, that's where the cars are lining up. I mean, you can see that there are dozens of cars here. And so they're going to go wrap around the building. And on the other side, there's a group of volunteers verifying to make sure that those families are registered for the toys. And then they're going to come around over here. I think we have somebody passing out some toys. Oh, we have a Mickey and Minnie coming out. They're going to pass out the toys to these cars. Let's get a look at that. So there are about 10,000 kids that are expected to receive gifts. There they are, Mickey and Minnie. And so those black bags that you see, those are full of toys that are specifically picked for the family that's registered. It's all by age group. It's very specific. And there we are. We see them getting a new bag of toys. And so also they have to register for these gifts, and they do it every year. Sergeant Gunnery Cincinnatus was telling me earlier that this is an every year thing. They have dozens of volunteers. We have the Grinch also with lots of gifts in those bags. He's not taking gifts this year. He's giving gifts. And then we have Mickey and Minnie. It's a wonderful time of the year for giving and spreading that Christmas joy. So for now, I wish they would wave at me. Okay, so for now, we'll toss it back to you in the studio. Max, Sarah, back to you.
Well, the Spurs in Mexico this weekend taking on the Miami Heat. And yesterday, what a game it was. So tipping off here, the stadium packed. It looked awesome. After trailing by 11 in the first, the Spurs take a lead after this Doug McDermott three. The Spurs are out in front 28-20, and they led 28-25 after one. And second quarter, Trey Jones just in the bag. Look at him go here. Boom. Get it to the big man. One and slams it home. Jakob Poeltl with the big slam. 2 of his 7 points. Late second quarter. Trey at it again. Another assist. This one. Keldon Johnson, the man, the myth, the legend, for 3. The Spurs led by 5 at that point. Keldon, a team high 22 points. The Spurs would lead at halftime 55-52. And then here we go. The start of the third quarter actually delayed about 15 minutes, a malfunction with the lights. But once it got back on, well, the Spurs starting off with a strong note. Little steal, 2-man game, and finishing strong. Spurs up 84-80 after 3, but Miami would take control in the fourth, outscoring the Silver and Black 31-17. And the Heat coming home with a win against the Spurs in Mexico. Heat win 111-101. Some of it attributing to that fourth quarter defense.
Yeah, I think we got to communicate more, talk more. In the fourth quarter, we might have been tired or whatever the excuse is, but we got to sit here and, I put on myself. It was a couple times I got backdoored, and with me being the leader of the team, I got to be more vocal, more disruptive, and, I put that on myself.
So looking ahead, it's a long season, remember. The Spurs will be playing the Houston Rockets tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Toyota Center. Both teams, you can see on your screen, are 9-20. I'm pretty sure they're 2 of the worst on paper in the West right now, but it still should be an awesome matchup. Both have such exciting players, and personally, I'm excited, but obviously, go Spurs.
Go Spurs, go.
All right, and don't worry, you don't have to wait until tomorrow to watch football. look, yesterday, if you stayed home like me, you just watched football all day, you not only had great college game with the Jackson State overtime game, but you had awesome NFL games, and we should have some great NFL games today. We have Chiefs, Texans, Cowboys, Jags, and then
Playing
Eagles,
at noon.
Bears. Yes.
What time did the Eagles play?
Pretty sure all 3 teams are at noon.
What are you going to do, Max?
I don't know. Such a tough decision.
We all know he's watching the Eagles game.
All right, Sarah, you got a big shout out?
Yeah, big shout out to the Texas Longhorns volleyball team. They are our new national champions after sweeping Louisville up in Omaha. The Horns were led by National Player of the Year and Final Four Most Outstanding Player Logan Eagleston. This is the 3rd championship for Texas and the 2nd for Coach Jarrett Elliott. Way to go, girls. Okay, so now let's talk about the new trailer for Barbie, the live-action film directed by Greta Gerwig.
How long have you been waiting for this trailer to drop?
I just keep seeing the pictures on Instagram of Ryan Gosling and like the matching outfits.
I've seen one picture and I'm like, I'm good. That's enough.
He's very excited.
Warner Brothers dropping the first official trailer for the Barbie movie on Friday. Let's take a listen.
But the dolls were always and forever baby dolls. Until...
I love this so much. This is so great. So Margot Robbie, that's who's playing Barbie. She changed it. That changed the landscape of children's stories. She appears wearing that striped, famous swimsuit first seen when Mattel launched the toy in 1959. The film's star-studded cast includes Ryan Gosling as Barbie's plastic.
We just saw him there.
Yep, plastic boyfriend.
Okay.
Ken, Will Ferrell.
Oh
my gosh, this is going to be great. It's expected to hit theaters in July.
You're going to be camping out, so you're going to be like the first one there?
I don't go to the movies.
That's fair.
I stream.
That's
But I'm definitely watching this.
Time now, 8:42, 41 degrees out.
So working past the age of 70 becoming more and more common. So what do you need to know if that's the case for you? We'll give you some advice and how you compare tomorrow in GMSA.
And speaking of preparing, got to prepare for those cold temps. We're going to check in with Justin for your full forecast.
The last few years have been hard on the finances of many Americans near or at retirement age. The COVID pandemic, inflation, and volatility in the stock market have all taken their toll and caused many people to think about working longer than they had planned.
Retirement is no longer early 60s, 65 for many of us. It is later in our 60s, early 70s. For those who are especially those who are entering retirement, it can be a real sobering time.
Farnoosh Torabi, editor-at-large at CNET Money, says if you're trying to figure out if you'll need to work longer, the first step is to look at the numbers.
How much money do you anticipate having across your various retirement accounts, your savings accounts, Social Security checks? What is the amount of money that you're going to amass by age 70 that you can start withdrawing upon?
Torabi says the next step is to look at the expenses you expect to have once you retire, which may be different than your expenses today.
Maybe you've downsized, maybe you've moved, but then you have taken on more expenses like different prescription drugs or other sorts of living expenses that aren't a reality for you today, but may be in retirement.
Working longer can increase your income, but Torabi says there may be other ways to earn more money with skills like foreign languages or teaching. You may also have assets that could be valuable.
You know, folks who may have a spare vehicle or an extra bedroom in their home or a snowblower. You can rent things out these days. If you have a really nice backyard, maybe you can pet sit.
And if you think you might want to switch careers later in life, start your research years before so you can be prepared when you're ready to make the change.
Start researching online courses, maybe an apprenticeship. Start networking with people that you may know who do work in that field that you want to pursue.
Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
All right, let's go outside for you. Clouds are really starting to shift in now. We've gone mostly cloudy at the airport, and we're going to see clouds throughout the rest of today. 37 degrees right now, 42 Stinson, 39 Kelly, 33 at Randolph. We're above freezing here in San Antonio, and we stayed above freezing most of the night, but there were a few spots here around the area that did get down below that mark. You see the clouds starting to roll in here. These are mainly high clouds, but we'll also start to see some low and mid-level clouds moving in too. All of that to say, it turns into a pretty gray day this afternoon. We'll get the clouds coming in from the Gulf, and then we've got the high clouds streaming in from the south and west, and we've got an approaching storm system. That's why the clouds are coming back, but also why we are going to see some rain chances as we get into tomorrow morning. Temperatures right now, 29 Kerrville, 29 Fredericksburg, still below freezing there. Most everyone else is above that mark. 37 New Braunfels, 37 at the airport. And as we showed you, upper 30s for the most part here on San Antonio right now. Bernie Stage still down at 30. Give it another hour or so, we should see everyone come up above freezing. Forecast temperatures today will be in the low 50s by noontime, under cloudy skies, 51 degrees, 52 Somerset, 50 Fair Oaks Ranch midday, and then by the afternoon, not much of a change just because those clouds aren't going to allow a lot of fluctuations. So 53 is what we're thinking here in San Antonio later this afternoon. What about those rain chances? So let's fast forward to tonight. That's when we start to see a few showers developing south of San Antonio. I'd say by about midnight or so, that's when we'll start to bring the rain chances up. Light stuff, and then maybe it gets a little bit heavier as we get towards tomorrow morning. You'll want to watch the morning commute. There could be some showers, wet roads, and even a few rumbles of thunder. 50% chance, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. I think we'll see some off and on showers through mid-morning. At lunchtime, this starts to move east. And by the afternoon, we're done with the rain. Clouds probably still hold on, though, and that will keep temperatures cool again tomorrow, too. Even going into tomorrow night, still seeing some clouds. Okay, then the next big story is that cold air that we've been talking about for so long now. It is still scheduled to arrive on Thursday, and I want to show you Thursday morning. It is going to be potentially in the single digits in the Texas Panhandle. That's the cold air starting to surge in. And by midday, this cold air is on our doorstep. These aren't exact numbers, but it gives you a general idea. Very, very cold across North Texas, warm across South Texas. It'll be one of those weird days that the temperature map is going to have a huge difference from South Texas to North Texas because of this front. But by Friday night into early or late Thursday night, early Friday morning, temperatures plummet. We think 20s, maybe even teens here in San Antonio by Friday morning. And that is going to be a huge, huge change. I show you this not to shock you, but just to get you prepared. Friday morning, this is the forecast wind chill. Okay, these are not temperatures, but wind chills. We're still going to get gusty winds. Could feel like 8 degrees here in San Antonio. There could be some negative wind chills as you get up to Kerrville, believe it or not. So here's what we need to plan for. Hard freeze, teens and 20s, Thursday night, Friday morning. Additional freezes Saturday morning and Christmas morning. Don't forget about the 4 Ps. Thankfully, here in San Antonio, afternoon temperatures should come above that mark, and we are not expecting wintry precipitation. So mostly cloudy today, and then mostly cloudy tomorrow with a 50% chance of showers. 58 Tuesday, 54 Wednesday as we officially head into winter. And right on cue, that cold air gets here Thursday. It is going to be bitter cold, and we've got to make those preparations now, especially if you plan to be going out of town.
It's going to be a very cold Christmas, which is in 6 days.
Yes.
And then Hanukkah starts tonight.
Hanukkah starts tonight, but no precipitation for Christmas anticipated.
That's correct.
Good.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Not good, because I know people want the white Christmas, but 18 and 21 degrees
For
respectively.
traveling, you don't want ice on the roads and things like that.
Time now, 8:52, 42 degrees out.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're at 42 right now. Clouds have moved in. We're going to see clouds most of the day. Temperatures only around 53 or so. 54 tomorrow. There's a good chance for some showers early tomorrow morning. Could be a little damp to start your Monday. Mostly cloudy Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we await the big cold front that brings the cold air. Temperatures tumbling Thursday. 18 Friday morning. Wind chills in the single digits. Friday morning, it's going to be chilly.
Layers on layers.
Layers on layers.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.
Happy Sunday. Go Cowboys.